Nam Phương Việt, tạo dựng niềm tin.
Yeah, in here you can see these are the analog inputs in here, digital inputs in here, and then you can choose between 0 and plus for whichever MP and NPN you're going to use between 8 and 10. I'll show later on which parameter you can change to select that. Digital outputs, and this in here you have a analog output and RS485 in there on these points anyway. Rarely anybody uses this, but just in case you do need analog output, you can have that quite nicely as well. What they did when you put the screen on, you can't even see those bits in there, so most likely not many people using that. So on the phases, obviously all three phases down here, which is the V, W and U, and I have a single phaser in here, so the line goes in the bottom, neutral goes in the middle, and if you use three phaser, all three cables will be L1, L2 and L3. So that is all the terminals in front of the drive. Next, let's have a look at the front keypad, how the front keypad works and all the functions. Let's power this thing up in there. Start stop button if you select the local control, which I'll show you in a minute how that works. Jog is self-explanatory. This one reverse and forward and reverse. You can swap the directions if you want to. You can once you control it from the front keypad. FN if you go on a P, but a P is when you enter your parameters. Go up and down, and FN sort of sends you back to the R000 point when you select the P and sort of you come out of it. So that's how you pretty much do it. So if you are in P, it's only you want to come out of it, you can click that P and you're straight out of it. And if you hold FN for longer time, there it goes. It will select those units, so you can say you sort of change the monitoring way you can do it. So this is how you can monitor. You can run hertz. I'm not sure what that is. You can monitor amps and then and volts obviously, and you go back to it, hold again, and there we go. It goes back to the normal screen where you can because if you are in the other screen where you select what you want to monitor, you can't enter parameters. So just make sure that's the case. And obviously up and down buttons, that's a self-explanatory. Just adjust up and down all the parameters. So that's how the front keypad works. Next, let's do the factory reset, and let's put this one back on. So that one back on. And to do factory reset is quite straightforward. There's actually a couple of ways to do it. You can do it straight after the commissioning, which I'll show you in a minute, or you can do it the way I'm going to show it now, which is the full factory reset without commissioning itself. So to do that, you go to before you go that, if you ever need more parameters, because I am in level, this is where you adjust the levels. In the P03, which is level 1, 2 and 3, the more levels you go, the more parameters it's going to be displaying for you. So if you want more parameters and you find there's something you need to change in level 1 or level 2 or level 3, so you can change that in the P003. So that's having said that, let's change, if you change the P10 to 30, and the next one jump up, it is already, you did that, I would say, so I want you to do that as well. So you change that to 1, by clicking the P, bam, it's just reset the whole drive, so that's pretty much done. So by clicking F, and you go back to the drives now, it's been fully reset. Next, let's get the start mode. You can start editing all the motor data plate into the drive. There's a couple of things I want to say. There's a way of doing this. You can when you some of the data like motor coefficient, like power factor thingy, and RPM and things like that, cannot be changed unless you are in quick commissioning mode, so be aware of that. So to do that, obviously quick commissioning mode is going to be 10, and we need to select that to 1. So now that once we did that, it's sort of in the quick commissioning mode, and so it's going to be displaying all the parameters that we need. So make sure you do that as well. So and obviously the first one is P100, and P100 pretty much stands for what frequency you are in, which country frequency you're using. When we are in UK, which part of Europe, we are 50 Hertz, and that stands for 0 in manual, so we are sticking to that. Obviously one's going to be North American, things like that, they'll be 60 Hertz. So the next one is going to be 304, which is motor rated voltage. 230, excellent. Next is ampage, and my one is 1.9. Let's take that one. And next is a 3.7 kilowatt, which is great, that's what the motor is. Next one is gonna R. This is where we enter our power factor. And my power factor is, remember all this information is in your motor data plate, so you can get all that on there. So my power factor is 0.7. So if you want to jump between the digits from one and another, so keep clicking FN, and you can change the one digit you want to change. So I'm going to change that to 7. And there we go. So the next one, we're going to do the 50 hertz, which is the motor what it's running at. The next one is going to be a RPM, which is 1380. So we can change that to 1380. And after that is a P700, where you select where you're going to be running your controls from. Today we are running from front keypad, so we're going to be selecting, believe that is what is my source? And the BOP is going to stand for 1. So let's change that one. So we're going to be operating from the BOP, basic operator panel. So we're doing that. And the next one is 1000, where you're going to be controlling your frequency from. Again, we're going to change that to 1, which is from the control panel. And there after that, it's you can select your minimum frequency, maximum frequency, which is going to be 80. I'm happy with 0. Maximum, I'm happy with 50. And after that, it's going to be a ramp up time, ramp up down, which is acceleration, deceleration. I'll change that to lower because I just like it like that. Just for a test, so we don't have to wait till the motor going up. Let's change to roughly that. I'll do. And so we're going to do that as well. Acceleration time. That'll do. The next one is 390. Pretty much 390 is where you pretty much end your quick commissioning, and this is where if there's any other parameters in there, it will keep all the set data what you already did it from the motor, but it will wipe out all the other sort of like a partial factory reset or whichever you call it. So you're going to need to change that one to 1 to pretty much finish up all the quick commission. Here we go. He's doing his business. Come on. And it's done. So change that one, and now all the data has been entered, and drive is pretty much, as you can see, is already showing the thingy down there. Pretty much drive is ready to go. And there's another thing you can do, is we're quickly gonna select the motor data identification to make sure that everything we entered is satisfactory for the system. We were gonna go to parameter. We need to change that one to level 2, so let's change that to level 2. We're gonna go for parameter 1910, and this is what I said when you change your levels. So many other parameters open up. You just go, oh, we overshot that. Oh, 9. What do I need? 1910 P, and we're going to change that one to 1. Press OK. Leave. As you can see, it's showing up the error down here. I just click that one. The error signal pop up. Here we go, and then we click start. Oh, he's not happy because I haven't reset my system. Let's try it again. Here we go. Come on, remove that error. Yeah, because it didn't see the motor because my system in here, there's a contactor down here, hasn't been reset. It's part of my reset system, and it will not be working. Let me fix that up, and we can continue from that. To remove that error, I need to reset the drive. So let's try it again. So let's go back to. Don't have to do that, but I always like to do that. Sort of double checks everything for me. Make sure everything is happy that with data. Overshoot it. P change to 1 P, and FN back home, and there we go. He's doing his checking, so I sort of have to wait till he. There we go. If everything went well, all the error will disappear, and pretty much he is happy and ready to go. Only thing is left to do now is let's turn the camera a little bit and pretty much run the drive. So let's start. So it's one low, it won't go before below 5 frequency. Does it go below 5 frequency? It does actually, this one does. So there we go. And that's pretty much, you use the frequency changes by front keypad. And you start stop with the front keypad. By the looks of it, it does not save the frequency. Probably there's a setting you can change in a drive that you would. Whereas look at 34 frequency, and if I stop and start, it goes back to 5. So yeah, it does not save the frequency. So for that, we need to look at the manual. I'll see if I can look into it if I have enough time in the next video. So we'll be able to check that if that's but if that's bothering you, then we can you can always find some. I'm pretty sure there's a way you can. It doesn't reset it. So, and that will be it for the first video for the Micromaster. Hope that is assisting you in any way.